I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. As the government team, the South will defend the implementation of progressive education, and the opposition must in turn defend that education will be better if more traditional educational methods are used. What does it mean by implementation? Well, we will reduce the emphasis on exams and maximize project-based and alternative forms of assessment. I have two reasons why progressive education system is better for the students than traditional education systems. Firstly, it will induce developments in the soft skills and creativity. If we put a heavy emphasis on exams and the traditional system is followed, people will not have the incentive to develop their soft skills and creativity because in the traditional school system, you are given a syllabus and materials and are given structured exams in which students are expected to follow it religiously and not dare to deviate from it because it has the possibility of damaging their grades. They're essentially faced with this choice. They can either follow the syllabus religiously or follow whatever structured exams or structured answers that their seniors have followed and have gotten them good grades, essentially guaranteeing you that you will have good grades. Or two, venture out with critical thinking skills and think outside the box, but this will likely net you a worse grade because you're not following whatever it is that the syllabus says. It is creating a disincentive for students to follow their creativity and think outside the box. And of course, in some methods of assessment, such as in multiple choice questions, where you essentially have to cross one answer as opposed to the other, there is no place at all for soft skills, and there is no place at all for thinking outside the box, because you're essentially just given five answer choices. Well, so what does this mean for the student? They won't be able to develop their soft and creative skills, which mean that they are less adept in teamwork, thinking outside the box, and make them less suitable for working in the future. Because in the future, jobs require more teamwork and creative thinking skills than sheer technical expertise, because technology will likely diminish the latter's abilities' importance. Humans are necessarily less efficient and are necessarily less cheap to run in technical matters than technology. The traditional education system seeks for humans to compete with technology in matters in which technology is far better in and is far more efficient and is far cheaper and will necessarily lose and make us less adept and less prepared for our careers. What makes humans great is its ability to think outside the box. It's its ability to connect with people and think creatively and how we can express that to the other people. This way, progressive education system actually prepares us for the future instead of just competing with technology, which is a futile endeavor. On our side of the house, students will be able to develop soft skills and creativity, which are essential in the modern world, and better prepare them for the future and for their careers. Now, here's the weighing. Opposition might say that technical skills are more important, but this argument fails because one, it's not exclusive to opposition. We can still get the benefits of good technical skills while retaining soft and creative skills, which are just as important. But secondly, we flip their case. Traditional methods of assessment are outdated and does not deliver necessary technical skills in the most efficient and practical way in which they are most useful for students in the future. For example, in an exam, you have a prepared way, you have a predetermined answer, but in the real world, you don't have predetermined answer. Then you will actually have to apply theory creatively to solve the issue, especially if it relates to innovation or a new issue that you have to solve and there is no answer beforehand. This moves on to my second argument. It will deliver technical education better. Here's the root cause. In classrooms and traditional exams, you are given a set of problems and has already a predetermined solution. So application of theory is straightforward and direct. But this is not the case in the real world. In the real world, you're supposed to innovate and excel more than just in paper and have to apply theory in situations where there are no predetermined answers. In the classroom and exams, this emphasis is lost, and people will not be as prepared as they are in in the future career. On our side of the house, we will have project based learning to ensure students know and understand why and that they can actually apply it in the real life as opposed to just blind theoretical education in set predetermined exam. They can actually know why this is like this and why in fundamentally, for example, a concept is like this because they can actually have a chance to apply it. Here's the weighing. Opposition might say it will make people lazy because they can just rely on others, but not on themselves in a project, right? So you can just rely on your friends that are more studious, that are more diligent, and you can just lay it back and get the group scores for yourself. But this argument fails in two ways. Firstly, it's not exclusive. People in traditional exams can cheat too. They can ride on people's success, and in a sense it is easier because you're not being observed in the duration in which you're doing the exam that will impact your evaluation. You will be observed whether you cheat or not, but That observation cannot go directly into the teacher's judgment. Essentially, if you pass the teacher's observation, if you manage to cheat, you will get a good grade. That's it. But secondly, even if we can apply properly, we can properly evaluate the progress by means of observation and supervision by the teacher. While in an exam, you can only look at the piece of marked paper. So it's actually worse on the opposition's case, because on the opposition's case, observation is not a factor in judging grades. You can't be judged based on how much you contribute, because you can't see that. You just get a marked grade. You just get a set grade, for example, 98 out of 100 or 90 out of 100. You're not judged by how much you contribute, by how much you develop new and original ideas. So in exams, you just do the problem and get the grades. But in projects, you can actually take note of their contributions and how they contributed and whether contribution is enough from them to actually make a judgment on whether they are skilled enough in this respect. And this is part of the case we are so proud to propose.